while a lot of people would consider Bleach to be the weakest of the big three, I still think that the Soul Society arc, if it's not the strongest singular arc of all of the big three, it's very close. It's
Ooh, okay.
Well, hello, and welcome back to Gateway to Anime. How are you all? What's going on? We are the podcast where we deep dive into the classics as well as bring you the best new anime that there is out there at the moment. But today, we're kind of doing a little bit of both of those things. Ever wanted to get into anime but didn't know where to start? We are the podcast for you. I'm your host, Sam. Graham, how are you, my friend? Charlie not here today.
I know. I'm in the center. She'll never get back here again.
It's over.
I've taken this spot and I will defend it
to the death.
I think I could take Charlie.
Yeah.
Although she's wiry, she might. I don't know.
She probably got surprising strength. But today, as I mentioned, we are talking about one of the big three, probably the most unsung of the big three, Bleach. And to help us talk about Bleach, we have a very special guest from another Sydney-based anime podcast called The Bofos, Besto Friendos. We have had Luke on this show before, but never solo. Luke, thank you very much. Welcome to the show.
Golf clap.
Blessed to be here. I actually got to jump in, and we didn't canvas this, but we're in the middle of a rebrand, so Best of Friendos is changing up, getting a little bit of a facelift.
Oh.
Ex-Friendos.
Yeah, follow. If anything, we've added one more person, and we are still Best of Friendos. We're just renaming it a little bit.
Gotcha.
So you refer to us, I guess, as the artists formerly known as the Best of Friendos podcast, I guess. If anything Sleepy Bloc, you'll find us just yelling our opinions into the ether.
Marvelous. And please tell people what Sleepy Bloc is for those who don't know.
So Sleepy Bloc started as there's a lot of stuff going on with Sleepy Bloc. Some of it's like hospitality and coffee stuff. Mostly it's like just collaborating with our friends and doing fun things together. We used to have, we're running the Best of Friendos podcast, as you lovingly mentioned, where we were also doing Weebin and Wellbeing in podcast form. So we would generally start on the form of what's going on in Japan and then get viciously sidetracked by, I don't know, sports or something, like anything that takes us where we're at in terms of topics. But we're still doing that. We're still going to be doing podcasts and stuff. We're still just kind of figuring out where we're heading.
Fantastic.
And things with that. But yeah, super happy to jump in and have a platform to screech about Bleach.
That's why we created this podcast.
You guys fundamentally screwed up by getting me on. Get comfy, boys.
It's going to be a ride, people.
Yeah.
No, well, Charlie is
got opinions.
presently in Japan as we speak, and, well, having a grand old time. Not that we're furious about that or jealous, but it's...
I hate her. She's never getting the seat back. You traded the seat for Japan.
Yes.
I'm the real winner.
But no, so yes, today we are going to talk about Bleach. All things... Oh, there's Kawaki from Naruto just fell over, for those of
Fucking
you who...
Kawaki.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Boruto, not Naruto. Just not giving that kind of
So
credit.
on point for Kawaki over there to steal the seat. Yeah.
Anyway.
Roll over and give up. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, careful. You don't know if you saw the
first.
comments on our Boruto episode.
Really? Oh, hectic.
Turns out people love Boruto. And you know what? Fair play to you. And in fact, Charlie and I, because of the response to that episode, we are going to watch all of Boruto. That's right. And then come back with our much more informed opinion on what we think of that show.
Ugh,
so
the floodgates are open, guys.
Summer's going to be a lot of Boruto watching. There are way more episodes of that than I hoped there'd be. Anyway, we are not talking about Naruto or Boruto or One Piece because, as I mentioned before, Bleach is part of the big three. Now, the big three is a term given to three mangas that were being published in Shonen Jump in the late 90s, early 2000s. Now, of course, the biggest one, being One Piece, of course, the highest selling manga of all time, is still going to this day. Naruto is obviously finished. And Bleach, well, Bleach finished in 2012. But let me just, for those of you who don't know, let me just give you a quick little run through of Bleach. I'm not going to spend too long on this because it's sprawling like most of the big three long-running shonens are. But Bleach is a manga written by Tite Kubo follows teenager Ichigo Kurosaki, who obtains the powers of a Soul Reaper, which is a death god or a Shinigami. So, tasked with bringing balance to the 3 realms. Those 3 realms are the world of the living, Soul Society, and Huecumondo. Now, his newfound powers allow him to guide departed souls into the afterlife, which is Soul Society, and defend humans against hollows, which are unreaped souls who fail to cross over into Soul Society after their deaths and stay in the human world for too long, sort of becoming demonic in a way. Well, that's exactly what they become. They are corrupted spirits with supernatural powers which devour the souls of both the living and deceased humans. Hollows then do settle in Huecumondo, which is the 3rd of the 3 worlds, but can cross over into the human world and into Soul Society. So, that's Bleach.
That's so funny that, like, some of the core tenets of that really get discarded fast.
That's why.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw a hollow? Like,
This is literally why I wanted to go back to the very start.
Quick one. What's a hollow again?
Oh, a hollow.
Wait, Ichigo was supposed to look after people's souls?
yeah.
He didn't do that for shit.
No.
That
I
happened in
He did
episode
that
4.
once.
He did it like episode 4. That was it.
That was it.
Yeah, like the first time he had issues with a hollow.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like,
There was a whole scene where they opened
Anyway.
up a gate to hell to throw someone, and you never saw that
Yeah.
again.
Well, it's funny you say that because we're
Hell
jumping a
arc,
bit too
baby.
far here. There's a hell arc. Now, actually, I'm going to put a pin in that. We'll come back to that later.
Okay.
Because, as I mentioned, 3 worlds, there's also, as very briefly referenced, a hell, which is then mentioned and introduced and never spoken about again. However, after Kubo finished Bleach, he then did a one-shot talking about hell, which has now been referred to as the hell arc. But whether that keeps going forward or not, we'll come back to talk about that a bit later. But let's get into Bleach and how it works. Because I just mentioned the very basic, like, sort of Wikipedia-style synopsis of Bleach. But it's very different to that. Because majorly the thing
So
about
different.
Bleach is that it opens up, what starts as like a very sort of onion peel world build. And I think actually Bleach is the most onion peel of all of the big 3. Because like Naruto's like ninjas. And you're like, well, it's ninjas. And of course it loses its mind and becomes a fucking mecha show down the line. And the power scaling's out of control.
Yeah.
And even like One Piece, it's like pirates. And you're like, cool. And yes, of course it unfurls itself. But like Bleach is sort of like, as I mentioned, hollows and like helping people pass over into the afterworld. It changes pretty hard after that. So it relies very heavily on more Japanese spiritual thematics.
No.
And so do you want to talk a little bit about that?
yeah. So, I think that's kind of, it's a little more like when there's the afterlife, it's just like a next kind of phase. It's not really
It's not
like,
heaven.
it's just, there's no heaven. And when you get introduced to Soul Society, you feel, you're doing all the algebra. You're like, okay, cool. This is heaven. It's better, right?
But is it though? Because it's like feudal Japan.
It's super, yeah, it's like feudal.
I'm
Yeah.
a peasant in
It's
feudal
not
Japan.
heaven.
Like,
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
absolutely
it's
not
actually heaven.
It's
Yeah.
literally just continuation. You
Yeah.
are forced
Hey, I had an
to
iPhone when I was
persist.
alive, and now I'm in sandals,
yeah,
like
yeah.
with a bucket of water. Like,
Well, yeah.
And there's this like,
Interesting.
and it's also so strange that there's a passage of time that goes on.
yeah, they alter age as well. in the
Heaven, they
afterlife.
age, and like the whole like Shinigami thing going through. Like, if you get to heaven, you can become employed and become a child soldier, fighting hollows, which you never really see any of them do that much.
Oh, they're all just hanging out in cool robes. Like,
Yeah, they're
one
like
guy's
these
just drunk all the
yeah.
time. Like,
Yeah. There's 13 divisions of the court guards, and you don't really see them do that much.
Yeah.
There's a bloke in a
they
lab.
send like the most.
Does
Like,
weird shit. Yeah.
yeah.
they send out the most green amateurs as well into the world with like a
Yeah.
mobile phone and a sword.
Yeah.
Like, you protect
like-
humanity.
they're like,
Like, what are
You
you,
got
doing?
it. Off you go.
Yeah.
Let us know how it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Good luck, man.
But so yeah, it draws heavily on Japanese traditional beliefs of spirits coexisting with humans and their nature. Good or evil depends on the circumstances, right? And the story incorporates a lot of Shinto beliefs, the purification of evil spirits through charms, scrolls, rituals, incantations. Needless to say, it's heavily based on Confucian values, right? And it goes to, as we said before, about Soul Society. So the interesting thing about the Soul Society arc, which, and we've had this debate on this podcast before, while a lot of people would consider Bleach to be the weakest of the big 3, I still think that the Soul Society arc, if it's not the strongest singular arc of all of the big 3, it's very close. It's.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
I think the
I
Soul.
think I'm there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first
Take
Soul
it.
Society arc The problem with the Soul Society arc is that he basically just then repeats it twice to finish out the story, which is a bit of a problem. But it just really is one of the best arcs. And when I first watched it back in like 2007, it blew my mind. Yeah. Because, as we mentioned before, a lot of Shinto beliefs and a lot of sort of Japanese thematics, and a lot of it's to do with the samurai, right? So the big thing about the Soul Reapers is they have these swords called Zanpakuto. And the Zanpakuto are what enable them to cleanse the spirits of hollows. But that's what they're initially introduced as. And then it goes haywire. They have souls, the swords. They can speak to them. There are two different versions of the sword. There is the Shikai, where you learn the sword's name.
Partial release.
Then there is, of course, the big one, Bankai. I'm sure people have heard that on many different YouTube videos and whatnot.
Your sword goes Super Saiyan.
Exactly.
Unless you're Ikaku, and then it's slightly bigger. Sorry, man.
Sorry, bro.
We can't all be
lame.
winners. It's all good.
But the Bankai, like, I think where Bleach is at its most creative is with the Bankai, and like the powers are out of control.
Unless you're Beifong and it's just a rocket launcher.
So fun.
You're a ninja of ninja, but you've got a rocket launcher, which is great storytelling, to be honest.
She learns to like handle that identity crisis, but still, the second push comes to shove. Sorry, mate.
Missile. Every opportunity. Missile.
It's so funny that out of like all of the Bankai that ever get revealed, hers should have some of the most destructive power.
It's weak.
Doesn't even make the top 8.
Terrible. Absolutely
So
terrible.
funny.
So terrible. And for our Patreon only episode, we're going to talk about our favorite Bankais and rank them. That's what we're going to do, but not now. If you want to join our Patreon, you can join us on Patreon/Gateway to Anime. And of course, you can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, and or YouTube, where hopefully you're watching this podcast. But I just want to talk a little bit about Yokai and instead of Japanese mythology and whatnot, because obviously, as I mentioned before, the Soul Reapers, very much Japanese samurai, Shintoism. The Quincy, and we'll get to that a little bit later, but now in the 1,000-Year Blood War, which we'll talk about in a minute, which is airing as we speak, which is an extraordinary story in and of itself, and we'll definitely get to that. But they're very German. We'll have Volstag,
Steinreich.
Yeah, the Sternritter. Heavily influenced by Roman Catholic Christian orders of knighthood.
Vandenreich.
Vandenreich. Yeah, it's literally about as German coded as it gets.
I like that. I do like how he dips into it. Like, obviously,
interesting.
The Espada was a Spanish sort of thing.
Aaron Carr, Spanish,
and stuff.
Like, and the Fullbringers were like British, English. They had like kind of like rock.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah. So he very clearly delineated them in that way, and I thought it was a really cool thing because obviously I think Bleach has the best aesthetic of the big three.
It's definitely the. Ooh.
I think Tite Kubo's background and having an interest in fashion really shines in that, especially with I think what are the half Vizards? Yeah, the Vizards. It's literally just like Fashion Week, except they get masks.
Yep.
And swords
and tracksuits.
Yeah, sick. It is because Tite Kubo was a fashion designer, was he not? Or at least he was inspired heavily, wanted to be
super interested, I think.
Super inspired by fashion.
Cool.
And
but it's obviously like it's dated now. Even like the 1,000-Year Blood War, like all the fashion in that is still early 2000s because that's when it was written. So everyone's like, hey, long coats are cool, man. Like, hey, this guy's got sunglasses on. So it's dated, but he's got an aesthetic, and it's quite unique out of the other two.
And also, the only of the big three to be set in modern times.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's not obviously One Piece, old, it's fake, different worlds. But Bleach is set on Earth, and in the modern day. So they're using phones, they're driving cars, it's all that sort of, and as a result, the aesthetic is despite being dated by today's standards, still modern.
Yeah.
And I think Tite Kubo's heavy fashion influence, because I mean, everyone talks about the drip in Bleach, and every time Ichigo transforms into a new version of himself, which he does like 15 times, even just
he's got 15 changes,
and it's just like no matter what happens, bam, fierce coat, like even without fail.
Even 1,000-Year Blood War, he's still got 2 to go in this song.
He does.
He's got 1 because he hasn't done.
I think it's 1 more.
One more.
He hasn't done his Bankai yet.
That's right.
True.
He's got
Okay,
one
yeah.
at least, and then he'll go. Yeah, I need to remember that arc.
It's exciting.
You know,
But,
wish he'll have a long coat and probably some sort of chain around him.
Yeah. Oh, is that the one with the bandages?
Oh,
that's
the final against the Gotenks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
final
yeah.
against
Yeah.
Gotenks, yeah.
When he beat Aizen.
It's either a bandage or some chains. Or
Whatever it is cool.
It's gonna be cool.
It's always
I'm
cool.
sure there's like a part hollow transformation in this one as well with like a horn.
Yeah,
it's
isn't
cool.
that in the full hollow that he lets out when White?
Yeah.
Lets White out.
I feel like
out
there's
the bag for a bit.
another. Anyway.
Oh, that was great. Also, I'm a huge Bleach fan, by the way. Obviously, massive. I think it is super underrated, but thankfully the 1,000 Year Blood War is doing us all a fucking service here. But
And unfucking what was fucked the first time.
yes.
In some ways. But yes.
So Bleach is the 13th highest selling manga of all time. It's right up there, right? So it's 130 million copies in circulation. So it's a big boy. It's a big boy. It's not like I think
Wow.
Naruto's like 250 plus.
Yeah, right.
I mean, One Piece is over 500 million. So yeah, out of control.
Oh, is that all?
So many trees.
Out of control. So as I mentioned before, yokai.
Yeah, yokai.
So basically translates to strange apparition. So it's a class of supernatural entities and spirits in Japanese folklore. And the kanji representation of the word comprises two characters that both mean suspicious, doubtful. But the word is sort of taken on multiple meanings over time in a Japanese context. So yokai differ from kami. You might have heard of kami, which is more like a god. So yokai can be understood as supernatural creatures that often embody the fears and uncertainty of human existence. So kami means spirit or god, as I said, or divine being. And kami are believed to inhabit natural elements such as rivers, mountains, forests, trees, animals, etc. The kami was all Shinto beliefs. Kami are often viewed as benevolent and protective, whereas yokai can embody a range of behaviors from helpful to mischievous or malevolent. So basically, kami are seen as protectors or guardians, whereas yokai are perceived as tricksters or who can be trouble for humans and lead them astray. Now, Bleach obviously doesn't have yokai specifically, but as you can see, the influence is huge there and how he created this world. Luke, I just want to hear your story with Bleach. How did you come? What age did you get it young?
Right.
Let's hear your Bleach story.
Let's do it. So, the Bleach ended in my last year of high school. It was a disgusting year for things starting, finishing, video games coming out, and me trying to study. Yeah, dude, Assassin's Creed 3 came out, and I was a massive Assassin's Creed head. I think, I'll watch me get roasted for getting these wrong, but I think Breaking Bad finished. Season 3 of Game of Thrones came out. Walking Dead was still good. It was all right back then.
Yep.
Still, Guild Wars. I think Guild Wars 2 came out.
Wow.
Oh, dude, I
year?
didn't see the sun. And at the same time, we were getting
15.
no 2012ish. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
2012.
that makes me feel a bit better.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm slightly older.
Yeah, okay.
But not
having a
I'm still a
full-blown
child.
existential
I'm
crisis.
still a
You're
child.
not-
Don't
okay,
worry
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
no, you're
So
good.
at that time, right, it's so funny, in my grade, everyone except for one guy was not into Bleach. There was one Bleach dude, and he
Really?
was but he was weird about it too. He was always you guys like the other ones, whatever. At the same time, the Ninja War arc of Naruto was starting to air. I was like, cuz, at the moment, I think I'm winning. It's all good. Naruto's cool. It was funny. It united the One Piece heads, it united the Naruto heads against this one dude. And then after a couple years into uni, I was like, I watched the Soul Society arc. Maybe I should keep going. And then I got grabbed by the face and ripped into the Ranka arc. And because I think we canvassed it last time I was on, I love a world build stuff, and the turn back the pendulum arc where they dig back into the history of all the captains and things.
Yeah,
that was sick. It had the sensation of productive filler.
Yes.
In that it was it wasn't completely germane to Ichigo's story. He's your main character, right? Whatever. But it colored out all of the background, and it really catalyzed people going yeah, fuck you, man. I love this captain. I like that captain. This vice captain's the best, blah, blah, blah. And as I started to get into that, I think Turn Back the Pendulum arc, I am really down for.
I love it.
I will tactfully not mention the Bound arc. That's fine.
No, ignore it.
Didn't happen.
Nah.
Cool. But
fine,
the Shinigamis becoming untethered. and stuff and having to fight. That was really cool. It was fun to walk through that, but then to get into like the 1,000-Year Blood War and then see like this is the genesis of where the Zanpakuto come from.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
So yeah, it was a little bit late to the party. I think it's after I'd run out of Naruto to get through. I circled back on Bleach. I'd finished rewatching Hellsing a couple times and was like, all right, what's next? So yeah, got into Bleach and then got absolutely sucking into it. Did a whole bunch of like all the other stuff, like the light novels, like Can For Your Own World and the stuff. Crazy. So yeah, that was 10 years ago.
Yep.
And now this was always the white whale for all of the Bleach fans. Like it took me a while. Eventually, I was like, no, you know what? Fuck it. I'm in there. I'm in the Bleach camp. That's the one.
Yes.
And then we would just lament like, the Blood War was never aired.
Yes.
And now, God.
This is what's interesting here, because the final arc is the 1,000-Year Blood War against the Quincy's. And as you mentioned, was never aired because the manga has a famously bad ending. Really bad. And I was reading it at the time because, again, it stopped airing. And so I was like, and I was such a Bleach head that I had to know what the fuck happened. So I read it. And I was reading it weekly. I was at that point in time. And I remember being the end, was like, the fuck was that? Like, it just, I mean, Naruto fell off a cliff, but like, not like Bleach. Bleach fell off a much harder cliff and like way earlier.
Yeah. It's like he had his elements on like a pinwheel that he was spinning and just going, oh, you know what? This guy, sick.
Yeah. Because it ended in 2016 and many rumors actually sort of proliferated as to why it ended so badly and how rushed it was. So in 2015, Bleach publisher Shueisha gave Kubo 1 year to conclude the manga. That's why it was so rushed. But there's a lot of rumors around why that happened. But Kubo's actually been very open about his struggles with maintaining the punishing schedule of being a weekly Shonen Jump, especially that level author, right?
The only one who can do it is Oda. But...
Oda, I mean,
wow,
Eiichiro Oda he's a freak, right? He's a lunatic. He's been doing it for nearly 30 years. And just like
only 30 years
non-stop. Like
30 years.
I think he's had like 2 breaks. One of them was to get married.
One was illness,
and one was illness.
Because his
and
eyes were falling out or something.
Otherwise, he just doubled stop. Kubo isn't a machine like Oda, and has been very
no one
open
should
about it.
be.
Yeah,
as no one should be.
it's wild.
Like,
it's crazy.
see the sun. See your friends.
It's crazy. So Kubo's actually been. We talk a lot about how difficult it is to be an animator in the anime industry, but like being a mangaka as well is like, especially weekly.
Yeah,
without
weekly
fail.
is bonkers.
If you don't have a staff as well of assistants.
That's it. Like, I mean, they do, but like not to the level that they should, right?
And when this was all being written,
this was coming
there's no way.
No way he had that
you know, budget for a team, bro.
No way. So he also had torn his tendon in his left shoulder at the time. And never had the time to get it fixed because he was doing a weekly fucking show and couldn't take the time off to get it fixed. That's the level of like work ethic madness we're dealing with here. And his health deteriorated so badly that he actually was the one who asked Shueisha to end the series early. So there's a lot of rumors of being like, oh, they forced him to finish it or like blah, blah, blah. No, he was done. And fair enough too. And he just reached his limit. And obviously the anime started in 2004, which is pretty crazy, 366 episodes in total. And it concluded in 2012 with the Substitute Shinigami arc. Bad arc. So that was the thing. For all of us, like...
Oh, yeah, the note it ended on.
Terrible. So all of us, like, anime fans at the time, and we're just like, we're watching it, we're like, yeah, great. And then, like, it ended with a really crappy sort of, like, afterthought arc after the big bad Aizen had been defeated.
It's so crazy that if you were going to pick a stopping point, surely Aizen's your end.
Yes.
You just go, this is my Stoza. We pulled everyone out.
Yeah.
Like, Ichigo's fucking dad's got the jersey back on, mate.
Yeah.
We're done.
We're done.
And then after that, we're going to go for, like, Peaky Blinders. Sure.
It was terrible. So when the 1,000-Year Blood War was announced, the Bleach fandom were excited because here's the thing about this, right? Anime fans, we've been burnt before. And we've had these things which appear to be too good to be true. And I'm going to talk about Berserk 2016.
Of course.
Because an abomination, right? And again, I'm not here to like shit on animators and be like, well, they didn't do a good enough job. But like, there's so many factors into why Berserk 2016 wasn't good. But it's a damn shame because it's like, for a fandom to be waiting that many years to finally get a continuation of a story and then to be served that kind of like Blue Lock season 2 right now. You sit there and you're just like, look how they massacred my boy. Like, it was like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? So we were all a little bit nervous about the 1,000 Year Blood War. Same Studio Perio. And let me tell you, it's good, people. It is so good.
Crushing it.
Graham, talk to me also quickly about your Bleach story, and then let's talk about the 1,000 Year Blood War.
I was just trying to remember that. I don't remember a time when there wasn't Bleach in my life. I can't pinpoint it.
Somewhere between learning how to do short division and now.
I'm much older than you. I don't think we had short division back then.
Jeez.
Before algebra.
There's new math, people.
I think that was one of the big 3 that didn't air on Cheese.
Well, I'm true.
Didn't
I
get
have
toasted
Tsunami,
on Cheese.
so
Didn't.
Yeah, he's
from the UK. My origin story isn't from the UK, so I don't know where it came from, to be honest. I remember Naruto. I remember Dragon Ball Z. I just don't remember there not being Bleach in my life.
And what drew you to it?
Swords.
So,
Fuck,
man, that's
pretty much
compelling.
the correct answer. Yeah.
Oh, she's speaking.
Anything that comes out of a
Spitting.
sword, like I just like things about swords.
Yeah.
That's why I like Zoro from One Piece. That's why I'm loving Kagurabachi right now, because I'm like, more fucking magic swords, brilliant. Yeah, swords, cool characters. I mean, anything that you've got like a system of underlings and captains.
Yes. Stratified society.
Where-
We love a stratified society.
And they're gonna have to see all the captains, and they've all got their own special,
And they're Bankai.
their own individual things. I'm like, this is more of this, less of everything else. But yeah, 1,000 War Blood. What was the question, Sam?
Well, you're true, but also, I mean, like, remember when it came? So it aired in 2022, and there are 4 cores, and we're currently, at the time of recording this podcast, in the middle of core 3. So there's one more to come after this.
Oh, fuck, that's a time crunch, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's
a lot to get through.
It's directed by Tomohisa Taguchi, who previously worked on the Persona anime adaptations, and as well as Akudama Drive, which is also done by Imperio. Yeah. You can sort of see the aesthetic now, can't you? Right? Yeah. It's actually like, because here's the thing about, we actually got the dream happen, like as Bleach fans, because we got a continuation of the story that never... And also, Kubo is involved in the production of this. He is retconning things, but like in a good way. And he's adding new content, all the things that he didn't have time to do because of his busted shoulder.
He's self-editing.
He's self-editing.
So hard.
And like a lot.
So good.
It's so good. Like, it is... I look forward to it every week because I'm getting my nostalgia hit.
Yeah.
But I'm getting new, like...
Little bits.
It's like the dream of a fandom, right?
Yeah.
We are eating so good. And it's so great because Bleach is underrated but not unfairly so, because it did suffer greatly from Kubo's burnout, right? Yeah. Fair enough. Absolutely, the man's a human being and he was burnt out, right? But the world he built, but also, let's be real, the Arrancar arc is the Soul Society arc somewhere else. The Quincy arc's a little bit different, but kind of the same format. It's like, that's the problem. He just repeats formats over and over.
We're about to storm another castle.
It's the same shit over and over. But to see it look this good, and as you said before, so for those of you who don't know, the way the Soul Society works is, for some reason, it's so regimented. But like 13 court guards, as you mentioned, each have a captain and a vice captain, and then underlings underneath.
And they're all seated.
Seated. There's a seed system.
One through to the shittiest.
Exactly right. And of course, the captains all have this amazing aesthetic. Each one has a Shikai and a Bankai. And you are just hanging out to figure out what those powers of those swords are. Because, my God, is Kubo imaginative. My God. I mean, all of the big 3 authors are, of course, to envisage the worlds that they've done. It's extraordinary.
Wily ways, yeah.
Absolutely extraordinary. But like, I don't want to do Bankais now because I want to do that for the Patreons. But like, Shikai. Favorite captain.
Okay, I anticipated this.
Yes.
So for the manga, in the first run through, it was always Mairi, because he was playing hacks. Homeboy read Sun Tzu's Art of War and was like, okay, so here's how we're going to play this.
Yes.
Oh God! But then when the anime came out, they all got their moments. There's so many like actions from captains that were off-screened in the manga.
Yes.
That got pulled in. Now that Kubo has time to flesh it out and make it look nice and give proper creative direction. I think like Shinji Hiroko,
so cool,
cracking out the Bankai.
We saw his Bankai. And it was sick.
That was one. But I think my favorite captain, after seeing it and how it's all being kind of spliced together and cut and stuff, is Shunsui.
Oh
man, yeah, Shunsui's the man.
I relate. Long hair, likes to drink, loves art. His Bankai is about like poetry and
Yes,
like
like
drama and plays and
Shikai's
stuff.
a child's game. Like, it's
Yeah.
so weird, but so cool.
Yeah, there's so much of that speaks to me personally.
Yeah.
But fuck, there were so many, like, the Blood War absolutely cooked my rankings for all of my characters.
Yeah, it's
when
so
I was
different
like
now, right?
going into it, I was just like, man, it's so...
That's so good though. Like,
Shinsui Kiraki.
like Yamamoto. Like,
Dude,
Yeah.
his arc is
that's
just
mine.
like,
Oh yeah,
That's
the unveil
Zanka
of
no
Zanka no
Tachi.
Tachi.
Dude.
Oh dude,
That was a
like,
literal
fucked
moment
it.
as a fandom where we were like, oh my God, they're
Everyone's
doing
like,
it.
doing it.
Oh my god,
They're
man,
doing it.
That said, when it aired, I wish it had played out for a longer period. I understand that like
Agreed.
it's under a time crunch and stuff,
Yes.
but I wish we'd had a bit more time to relish the
Glory.
the four cardinal directions of Nunki Yamamoto just going, yeah.
It was
boys.
insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I've still got major issues with how much of a hacks and ass pull it was to defeat him and how easily he did it. I still pissed when I read the manga. I remember like reading it because the Bankai went over like 3 weeks, and I was just like going like, this is sick. And then he's just like, lol, joked you did.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
But look, there's still some issues with the storytelling in the Thousand Year Blood War, no question. Still, fucking sick. So yeah, for me it's Yamamoto. He's my
Yamamoto,
favorite. I
yeah.
mean, it's just ridiculous. I think he's so
call.
great. What a great character. Graham?
Look, I like Byakuya.
Byakuya.
Probably before Blood War, but like Blood War, like Unahara.
Oh, Unohana.
Unohara, yeah.
Oh, no, all the backfill.
man.
Yeah, all
When
the
she was
backfill in her
looking
fucking life.
Hachi.
She does her Bankai and it's like Muzuki, and it's all like about fucking regeneration and just being.
And then fucking Kenpachi's like, oh, cool. Oh, so we're going to actually fight.
Oh, we're really fighting.
But yeah, probably before that was Byakuya.
Yeah.
I think I think I'm in there. I'm there as well.
Like Soul Society arc,
Byakuya for
like
Soul
he was
Society
the
arc.
big bad of the arc. Like his
Such a piece of
Sen-
shit, but
Sen
God was he
Zanpakuto.
compelling.
so good.
When he first said scatter,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Shire, Zenbonzo.
Zenbonzaku.
And
man.
fucking just went,
You're like, there's no way that Ichigo's gonna beat this guy,
Yeah.
and then he gets a new jacket and beats him.
yeah.
and that's Bleach in a nutshell. But
Because
yeah.
that's Bleach. Him
His-
just being
his
the big
sword.
bad of the Soul Society
The
arc
Soul
was,
Society,
and then
yeah.
Rukia, and fuck, he was great.
Well, as I mentioned, as a kid, when I wasn't a kid, I was a late teens, but like watching it in 2007, and because I'd seen Naruto, and it was still very much in the early stages of my anime journey, actually. So I think at that point, I obviously was up to date with Naruto, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, and maybe I'd watched Death Note. I think like that was probably about it. And then I was
Metabots
watching.
and Zoids and
Yeah,
Crush
man, like,
Kids.
that's where I was at. Like,
Last time I hijacked the podcast was Zoids.
it was
So I
impressive.
watched
It was
that.
impressive
was
Zoids
pretty
rants.
funny.
I was very into it.
So this is fucking lit.
Right? We're not talking Zoids now.
Yeah.
Fuck, but man,
Bleach.
like Bleach, it got me so good because I remember at that point I think it was airing up to just after the Soul Society arc where it was up to, and I got to watch the whole thing from start to finish. Basically, I just got to blitz
without
through it
waiting.
without
Yeah.
waiting, and then I was like, oh my god, how good is this? Like,
Yeah.
just incredible. Such a great seminal experience for me. Like, I don't have the same feeling that I have with Naruto, with Bleach, but it's similar. It's close. It's close. Naruto's my
I've
one.
got that for Naruto.
Yeah,
But not
yeah.
not so much. Yeah. Now I think in Bleach. No, fuck it. I'm there for all of it.
Yeah.
So, they all had moments for me.
So let's talk about the primary character of the show, the protagonist, Ichigo Kurosaki. So on YouTube, I did Sam's top 3 protagonists, and I talked about Naruto. So I think Naruto, in the early stages of Naruto, was a great protagonist, right? I think it changed once he became a chosen one figure in Shippuden. He lost all the things that made him special, which was he's a dogged hard worker, showing that you can make something of yourself if you aren't chosen. And then turned out he was chosen. And I was like, well, that sucks. But early days, he made sense. Ichigo is a character who I even referenced in that being like, what is this guy's motivation? Outside of, he's reactive, right? He's a character who has to save all of his friends all the
Passive,
time.
yeah.
He's
He's
passive,
really
but
passive.
until he
He's-
has to like, his friends are put in danger. Now I must save them. That's pretty much always his objective at all times. And I'm like, what does this guy want? And the answer is not much, I think. What do you guys think?
I think like when you get into Thousand Year Blood War and you're into the very far reaches of it, it feels like that's when Kubo was like, oh shit, how did this character get here? Why is he here? And that's when it's like, oh well, everyone was manipulating things behind the scenes. Ubahako killed his mum. Aizen got his mum and dad together to create a super baby and that sort of thing. But up until that point,
he gets to do the like mustache twiddling. It was me the whole time.
Yes, I made you Ichigo.
Like,
Say thank you for every victory up until now.
But up until that point,
And this time,
still
when you
going.
beat me, when you beat me, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I made you,
I made you beat me. Yeah,
bitch. But up until that point, I get like you're saying, it is reactive. I mean, how does he get his soul powers again? He helps someone out. Does he help someone out?
Rukia.
He helps Rukia.
Yeah, Rukia transfers the powers to him.
Transfers
Rukia
his
eats
power.
shit,
Fuck, it's been so long.
gives her power to him.
So he can save her and his family.
So he can save her.
And it's just always the case of like, oh, Rukia's now been taken to Soul Society. I must go save her. Orihime's been taken. I need to go and save her.
Yeah.
Soul Society's in danger. I must save it. That's it.
Yeah, 'cause
all the time.
Because we know he ain't out there killing hollows.
No one is.
Maybe for the first 5
So
minutes.
that was the funniest part of the end of the Aizen arc. All of that, where they were just like, "Hey, here's a thing to allow you to become a Shinigami." It was like, what the fuck's he gonna do, mate? Let's be fucking real
Let's be
here.
real,
yeah.
You've got fucking F-listers that are dealing with hollows, mate. You're not calling in. You're not getting Superman up from his fucking holiday.
Nah. You're not getting Shimigami Jesus.
Yeah, you're not busting him out of like his quadratics class to deal with like
He's beating up
a
random
stray
people
dog
in the street. He's not going to bother about hollows.
Outrageous. And I guess the other thing about Ichigo is that he is, as we mentioned before, it's a modern day setting, right? So he is just a high school kid who gets thrust into an extraordinary situation. It's unlike One Piece, I want to be the Pirate King. Unlike Naruto, I want to be the Hokage. He doesn't have that. Right, he doesn't have a I want to be X. He doesn't know about Soul Society. It all gets unfurled to him throughout the process. So he's very much a sort of fish out of water character. And as of course it turns out, he is the chosen one because he's literally all of the different things
engineered
to
for
be
it.
like the perfect, almost like you know. And it's like he was sort of, so he is ultimately the chosen one. But like I don't know, as a frequent guest on the show, Joe Littlewhite says he's thing he hates the most in storytelling is a passive protagonist. And even though Ichigo is compelled to action a lot because he is fundamentally a good person who wants to help his friends, you know, the nakama thing, which we see all across shonen anime, I do find him inherently very boring. And I don't think we even got through a lot of this podcast. We never mentioned his Bankai because it sucks. He's like, it's boring. He's not like a hateful character or anything. Like he's nice and he's funny and like he's fine.
Yeah.
But he's just he's a vehicle. He's a vehicle for a story. And
I hate his friends as well. I'm just going to say
friends
that.
are super lame.
Chad? I hate Chad.
All the memes where everyone's like, is Chad actually the strongest? Like, it's a great memes.
I hate Chad. I hate Inoue. Like,
Orihime is super.
Orihime, sorry.
Yeah, and her powers
Ishida,
are busted.
I kind of like because I like the Quincy aspect of him. But
Yeah, he becomes more interesting. And it was interesting from the start.
even if I was in your blood, I'm like, get in the bin, Chad. Like,
get out of here,
you're boxing
Chad.
with gods at this point.
Yeah, it's so funny that they whipped Gunju up to the Soul King's palace. You're like, why the fuck are they here?
The guy who's got literal
Throwing
like
sand?
grenades.
Yeah.
And stuff, like, pocket sand.
God?
yeah,
It was
the
like, are you serious, bro?
Pyrotechnics guy's coming in clutch right now. Do you have any fucking moments in that
Got a
arc?
party pop-up?
God.
Yeah.
No, fuck. Now you mention it, his friends are.
I think I've just spent too long with those characters. I like all the Gautier.
Yeah.
They're just so more interesting. I'm like, leave Inoue at that. Leave Chad. He can go look after his parrot that talks. Like, Khan can go hang out there. Like, I don't need them running around in new costumes.
No.
I think that was kind of a hallmark of the big three, in that the writers did show love to the like tertiary and the outside characters.
It's like having
Bleach is too much love.
Too much love.
And but also I'm here.
It's like Goku bringing Krillin along everywhere. You're like,
Get him out of here.
this guy's God Saiyan, and you're a bald guy. Like,
It's it's a problem with Bleach.
watch out, Yamcha.
Well, I think it is a major issue, and one of the reasons why it didn't ultimately go with the other two of the big three is because inherently Ichigo's nowhere near as compelling as Naruto or Luffy.
No.
Which is sad because caring about your mates is fine.
That's great.
It's good. You
Yeah.
should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
don't,
I think
maybe
the-
don't take them to the hell dimension
Yeah, so
in the
when
first place. Like,
when
nothing
you're-
good came from that.
when you're punching on with God,
Yeah.
yeah,
You've made it wrong.
don't bring the guy who sits behind you in maths.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because he's not helping, and you're not allowed to help until all your friends are dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they don't need to be there.
You just need someone every 2 minutes for them to cut to and go, Ichigo. Ah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Literally.
You need
That's it.
Literally.
Oh man, the
Fuck.
the exposition supercut for all of the tertiary characters are like, so
man.
what's happening right now? Quick, cut to Urahara. He's in the lab and you're explaining everything about the Soul King, and Ukitake explaining why he's about to
Save it.
have a black hand like rip out of his
Fire
body.
out of his abdomen. Like,
It really is something, and again, it's difficult to try and recommend to people who haven't started there, because like if you just started watching the 1,000-Year Blood War, you're just like, what the fuck is this? Who are these people? You'd have no idea. And it's very difficult to go back and watch that many episodes. But 366 plus now 3.5 cores of 1,000-Year Blood War. But would you go back and watch Bleach again?
Oh fuck yeah!
Hell, here it is.
You kidding?
Yes.
Oh, but I know exactly what I'm skipping though.
Yeah. Well, yes.
I'll be
yes.
so honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is. I'd watch it with my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And I think that'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah,
you know, it'd be a great thing to do.
it's wholesome. You got Khan in there being a rascal.
Yeah, he's a bit of a horny twat.
Yeah.
He's
Be
a
honest.
rascal. That's-
Yeah.
Rapscallion.
Trump's America. He's a rascal.
God.
Yeah, but you can start at the beginning, go through Soul Society, go into the Ankara arc, and then 1,000-Year Blood War.
back to-
Like, you
yeah.
can skip
Yeah.
a lot. Like,
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can skip
You don't
it.
have
You don't
to
need
watch
to.
it. Yeah.
Don't need to watch the full bringers. They come back for a minute. Like, who could possibly get?
oh man, I was like, who are these? Oh, the
the
full.
full
Oh yeah,
bringers.
they were back for the most recent episode,
Yeah.
and you're like, who the fuck are
Just
they?
to
These
give them
guys.
a lift. Like,
Get in, loser.
Yeah, it's like, all right, Uber's here. We're looking
Yeah.
for a
Looking for a full bringer.
we're looking for a Nintendo DS.
which is also a car. Like,
Yeah,
it was so bizarre.
God, 1-star review. Ichigo instantly sidelined, was like, yeah, thanks guys. Don't get involved.
Yeah, bye.
Get out of here. No one's thought about you since.
Literally everyone else is like, please jump in.
I don't remember
And
them
they're
at
like,
all.
oh, you want to help?
Yeah,
That's so sweet.
that's so sweet.
I think it was like,
No one cares.
holy shit, Grimjaw's here.
Yes.
And these guys.
Yeah.
Grimjaw. These.
Grimjo is also
Why
such a
didn't
good character.
Oh,
Pick up the rest of the fucking Arankas. He came back with full bringers. Come on, man.
Yes. Favorite Anka.
what's the oh, it's probably Grimjaw because he's cool as shit.
He's cool.
I can't remember her name. The female one.
Halibel.
There was two.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, yeah.
Halibel or
Halibel.
Nell.
Yeah.
Or Nell.
Yeah.
When
No,
she, like,
technically, yeah.
unzipped the thing. There's
Yeah.
this full like skeletal jaw down to her.
Halibel.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, she was cool.
Yeah.
And she was just like silent and powerful.
And
Yeah.
then became and filled in the spot after a bunch
Yeah.
of the Arankas ate it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Baragon ate shit. Stark ate shit.
Yeah. Oh, Stark was cool as well.
Stark was cool. Underutilized.
Stark was
Yeah.
a very compelling
Yes.
Aranka
cool.
that didn't get
mean-
that I think didn't get the airtime.
Who
Agreed.
was the main one?
Ulakura.
Ulakura?
Ulquiorra.
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 Yeah. Great
Ulquiorra.
character.
Very emo.
Oh, their color
they all-
palette.
yeah.
Their color
Yeah.
palette was
White.
very My Chemical
Muted.
Romance.
White.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's green.
Loved it.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think my favorite. I'm assuming the next question after is going to be favorite Stone Ritter, but mine,
It's gonna be the next.
yeah, I think my favorites out of those two camps are super thematically linked. Noitra,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think, and just in terms of the visual, just like a psychopath that got paired up with Kenpachi, and I was like, oh, wow, shocker! There's two of them. That was sick. I so much love for Nell. Finding a Nell cosplayer at Smash.
All right.
Was it not this year before?
Yep.
Unreal.
Which now though?
Crazy.
Like grown up now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like grown ass now.
Little child
Some,
Less
now.
problematic.
someone
Yeah.
was there with brought their child along and just whacked a little cube on his skull. Like, you're Nell now.
Cute.
Shut up. It's like, but I like Pokemon.
Shut up. 2012. Like,
Dear God.
Mine. Oh, I think Noitara is right up there, but I think it's gonna have to be Stark. Even
Yeah,
though,
Stark's
even though he was
such
so
a good pick.
underutilized,
Yeah.
you know, like I was like, I just want so much more from you. He's so
He
cool.
was one of the few Aranka that after you got the story, you're like, please leave him alive.
Yes, please, God.
Please don't kill him.
Yes.
And then they paired him with Shinsu, and I was like, oh, fuck, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, it was fun finding out about your story. I guess you're dead now. Sick.
I'm a huge Ukitake fan. I think Ukitake's, and we never got to see his Bankai. And it's so disappointing, man. And I saw an interview with the voice actor who was like, I just once wanted to say Bankai.
Oh, you never got to do it? Oh,
But isn't-
he never does it.
So I'm heinously out of the loop for the Hell arc, which is currently being written and
Yes.
stuff now. I think homie's back.
He is.
He might.
He is. You're correct. You are correct.
Uncork
It's-
the bonk.
Let's talk
for
a little bit about this. So the Hell arc is, as we mentioned before, there was a fourth realm, briefly mentioned and never extrapolated.
Yeah,
upon.
it showed up in episode 3.
Like episode 3, they were like, forget about that.
And they're like, all right, and it's useless.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like, oh, there's a hell. Don't worry about that. So in 2021, Kubo released a one-shot which told a new story for the franchise's 20-year anniversary. And the one-shot was called No Breaks from Hell. It concluded on a cliffhanger, teasing a new story called New Breaths from Hell. And Kubo has said he cannot draw when told to now. He's like, don't you tell me what to do. I will draw when I fucking feel like it. And fair enough. I feel for the guy there.
But that's the only thing you do.
Some pill that all the writers have. George R. R. Martin's in danger of ODing.
Yeah.
Sick.
From like Oda to George Martin. There's got to be somewhere in the middle there, which is a
somewhere
healthy middle ground. But he was basically like, I'm not going down this path again. I'm not fucking gonna kill myself to make something. I'll draw when I feel like it. Yeah. So rumors abound he may fully release the Hell arc, but there's no official news. So even as I was searching around for this, it's gonna basically come out at his whim. And cool. But yes, Ukitake did feature as one of the guardians of the realms of Hell.
Yeah.
Now, have you read the Hell arc?
I've read that one shot.
Yeah, the one shot.
Which is...
What do you think?
It's tantalizing. Because that's what it's supposed to. It's tantalizing.
Yes.
Sizzle reel.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, hell sounds sick. But you don't get anything from it. You just... Because he's, like you say, he's going to draw when he wants to, which means I'll be 60.
He'll just be a head in a jar.
Yeah.
Yes.
With like electrodes coming out of it. Sick.
Hopefully. That's hopefully the best option. Yeah, it's a teaser, so like... I hope he does it. I'd love to see more. And it's such a cool premise, but I don't think he will.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done Burn the Witch.
What did you think of Burn the Witch?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. Because it's in the same universe. So it's basically like the London office of like the Shinigami. Apart from it's about dragons rather than Hollow, and it's Harry Potter rather than, samurai. But I loved it. I love the aesthetic. The dragons are really cool. The power system's good. Then that's just getting fleshed out. But that came out as a one-shot like 4 years ago.
Yeah, the animated it as well. Yeah.
But that's all he's done. And he's like, I'm going to release more when I feel like it.
Yeah, and you know what? Sick. Especially in respect to how punishing the Japanese anime and manga industry is, I think it's quite refreshing for someone of that stature to be like, no, I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And like, I think that's actually pretty refreshing.
Pretty refreshing.
In a way, like someone needs to make it sucks for the fans.
As a consumer, it sucks.
Yeah, but we're so spoiled. But also then we get stuff like Blue Lock Season 2, and you're like, why didn't you wait? If it's going to be this, if it's going to be a fucking PowerPoint presentation, like what are we doing here? So like this is the problem when you see like the rush and the crunch, and you're like, man, and like people shouldn't have to put themselves through such hell.
Do a chapter a month.
Do a
chapter a month. Just a chapter a month every other month. I don't care.
I would love that.
Let's get the ball rolling for something.
Totally.
I don't want to be 50 years old and be like, oh, the Hell arc, Sam. And we're like,
Marge, get the TV on.
2004. Just us with no cameras in the room.
No, you're already at a point where you have co-workers that are younger than Bleach.
Oh.
Yeah,
100%.
dude. It's grim.
That's heinous.
It's heinous. It's no good.
It's so much, man. It's so rough.
It's so rough.
Jeez.
So look, I want to hear your hottest take about Bleach. What have you got for me? What is
I don't think I have a really hot take about it. I'm just like a little junkie that's finally been given access again.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think now watching it, like I say, it really did fuck up my perceptions and rankings for a lot of the captains and what I was really interested in. I found myself focusing on a bunch of different things.
Yes.
The characters that really don't get to shine so much in the anime that did in the manga. Or maybe like some of the scenes and interactions are like recontextualized or placed somewhere else, or the conversation given to a different character, which makes sense. I'm just sad about my boy Hashwell not getting as much time.
Hashwell's getting sidelined. Hey,
What's Hashwald?
he's like
He's the B the balance. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah,
actually.
Blondie.
Yeah,
he did way more.
Blondie,
in the
yeah.
manga.
Manga,
In the
yeah,
manga,
yeah.
he was fucking everywhere.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll probably bring him a lot more into core 4 because he does. have a more pronounced
He's
role in the plot.
a major plot point.
Yeah, he has to.
Yeah. But like I do like that they are recontextualizing some things and moving some stuff around just so it makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, so the Zero Squad being off-screened kind of made sense this time. Like they were like, oh, they all killed themselves to give one of them
So
power.
good, though, like-
That was sick. And I was like, oh, that's how. Because I was like, how
Yeah.
did they get, what the fuck? Like,
man.
this stuff, I mean,
and like them getting just murked by the Schutzstaffel. And you're
Yes.
like, cool. So later, when the regular ass captains hand their own asses to them,
Yes.
we're going to know that the guys you sent to protect Jesus were kind of shit.
hot garbage, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you sent all the fucking water boys from your championship team upstairs
Yeah, what the fuck?
into like the corporate box, and everyone else, like all the star players, were downstairs.
Yeah, shoveling shit.
Why?
Like,
Thing,
yeah.
man, you
Apart from
spend-
Hachibe.
You spend 1,000
Yeah.
years up there not doing anything, like
Yeah.
cooking meals and having baths. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna
No,
get
fair
slow,
enough.
you're gonna get rusty, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, especially because, like, what's his name?
Uetsunomaya.
Thank you. I was
Yeah.
going to say Nobuo Uematsu. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
the, that's
That
the
is
composer
very
of Final
right.
Fantasy.
Uetsunomaya is actually like, he's the only one at work. He's a
Yeah.
capitalist means of production for the whole like Shinigami thing.
Yeah.
One's off
one-
making bath mats, like
One
clothes,
bloke,
sorry, like,
one bloke by himself. There's another one who's like knitting shawls or some
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
The bath man. There is the Seamstress.
the food lass,
The food lass.
yeah, there's
Girl,
the seamstress,
yeah, the forger, the blacksmith.
Old
Yeah.
paintbrush.
Yep.
yeah, paintbrush homie,
and the
who's
paintbrush-
like
the calligrapher.
in charge of everything, but doesn't really. He's a very hands-off management style,
Very hands off.
insanely hands-off.
I'll also say that like Hachibe's power is like the power to name things. Like
Yeah.
it's cool in concept, but when I saw it, I was like, it's not as cool as the fire, though, is it? You know what I mean?
I think
It's like-
I've
it's such
taken
a-
your name. And I'm like,
yeah, I was like,
who gives a
yeah.
fuck?
It's so disgustingly conceptual
Yes.
that like it's to the point that you can't really visually communicate what that is.
No,
Just
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're
are
a black,
black,
you're an
and
ant now.
and I control black.
You're an ant.
You're like,
Get
lol.
squashed, ant.
Yeah.
And then fucking guys like, oh well, that was weird. Anyway,
yeah, just walks through them.
yeah. Meanwhile,
Yes.
like fucking a homeboy that was left to manage the lower department is summoning all of his enemies' fucking corpses
Yeah, who's ever
to
killed,
fight him.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
like
to
literally
fight
like
him.
harnessing the power of the sun
Yeah.
Yeah.
into the tip of his blade. I'm like,
Yeah.
something went wrong here.
Vaporizing all the moisture for like 10 miles away.
It's like
Yeah.
thousands of miles. Yeah,
People's lips are cracking and shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
you are now
I
covered
still-
in paint.
Get inked on, you piece of shit.
My eye, I'm not supposed to get paint in it.
You just got fucking splashed. What you gonna do
You're
now?
splash, dude. That's gonna take
Fucking
months to
stupid.
get out.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to bleach that.
Yeah.
Bleach,
There you go.
That's where it comes
Full
from.
circle,
Bleach
baby.
the drip.
There
He
it
came
is.
back around.
He had Ichibe in mind from day one.
Yeah.
Day one. That was it.
Maybe he shouldn't have.
Yeah. He was a very disappointing, like top of the tree character. I will say.
Yeah.
I think like when I was reading, I was like, "This guy's fucking sick." But then when you transform it into like an animation, you're like,
Oh,
was
the
like-
second you watch it, yeah, and when oh god, what's her name?
Swords of
Seamstress,
paintbrush.
seamstress
Oh, what's the same
chick.
"Oh, she's sick though."
When she
that was
when she
sick.
popped her Bankai, I was like,
Bastard.
that's way fucking better than what's his face.
Yes.
Send her in.
Also, she had the world's longest name of a
Yeah,
Bankai I've ever heard.
yeah.
But yeah, she was great. But he,
But her weaving the loom of fate. I mean that's still getting debated on YouTube and shit by the Bleach YouTube community. But like,
course.
what is the Bankai actually doing? I was like, well,
What are they all
they're
doing?
trapped in fabric, and you can see that
Yeah.
the way that they eventually die is being like
fabric has
shown
its
in the
death.
loom. So
Yeah,
no, it just sounds like weaving fate, mate.
yeah,
yeah.
I put it out there.
I put
mean-
that up there.
I mean, it's a lot better than some of the Bankais out there. What's that guy who's
Oh,
got, like,
fucking
basically
Ikaku
just gets
that
the
has.
knuckle dusters?
Oh yeah,
oh.
Hisagi. Yeah, Hisagi. He gets
Lamest.
His
punch
Bankai.
you.
His Bankai is a fucking knife, and no, the Shikai is a fucking knife, and then
Yes.
after that, he gets punchy.
Yeah.
It's so funny how like sometimes it just happens. Sometimes you draw the short straw. They're like
You get down.
you control fucking blood, or you can hit people.
Yeah,
great.
you know,
Really hard.
Yeah.
It's true.
Then
It's,
get murked.
Yeah, you get Ikaku. You ever spend a whole fight holding shit over your head? Fuck, man, that sounds like the
that
worst.
sucks, bro. But I mean, also, I don't know. We'll do the Bankais later. But
we're
we're going
circling.
to do a whole thing about Bankai. but
Lock in.
We'll lock in on that.
right.
Anyway, Luke, thank you so much for joining us. It's been such a great chat because we don't really talk about Bleach as much as we should on this podcast. It's been great to nerd out on it. So because it was up until Thousand Year Blood War. It was sidelined, and it was kind of a shameful. Like, everyone's like, oh, I've seen lots of things on YouTube and stuff like, can Bleach even be really considered part of the big three anymore? And it's like, I mean, it was a term given to a moment in time for three airing publications, but yeah, it fell off, and now we are back, baby. We are back, and I am so stoked about it because as a fan, couldn't be happier. We got given the thing we always wanted. And you rarely get that in fandom.
New and improved and lemon scented.
Who's your favorite Stern Ritter?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, my favorite Stern Ritter. Oh, what is...
And then favorite Fullbringer. No.
Lol, none of them.
Stern Ritter.
Oh, my favorite Stern Ritter. Because he's so stupid, I think the wrestler.
Oh, the luchador?
Good.
The luchador was actually
so
really like with
funny.
James
With his,
like cheering him.
cheerleader.
Yeah, I was like, that is
Superstar.
so. They were reading it being like, the fucking dumbest thing I've ever seen. And afterwards, I was like, it's actually pretty cool.
It's so anachronistic to the tone. It's so funny.
So different.
Everything else is very like metal, and then there's one bloke who gets cheered
it the
on.
luchador
He's
mask
just
and
got
the
he's just got a little homie.
He just like launches off the top rope, like
Yeah.
double kicking people. I'm like, go off, King. I
Yeah.
mean, like Hush
Run
Wolf
it.
is really cool and
What's
like
Hush
really.
Wolf again?
That's the
Blondie.
The blondie.
The
206
ballet.
Oh, yeah.
beef.
Yeah.
That name just does not stick. Yeah.
Basby's annoying. Basby, I'm just like, I've seen you in 1500 animes. You know what I mean?
The guy with the finger gun.
Finger burn.
Finger blasting
Finger
people.
burn.
Yeah.
Fire guy.
The temptation
yeah.
to not say the finger banger
The
guy.
finger bang.
Why were
Bang,
we classic
bang.
finger blasting off?
Finger blasting.
No, I think I'm gonna go with the wrestler because I just think he's so unique.
I like the who's the fear guy? Null.
Oh, dude. Oh, I'm right there with you.
Is it not?
As
Is that
not.
As not.
As not.
As
Where did I get
not.
Null
As
from?
not.
And then, he
great.
transforms into a fucking Elden Ring
Yeah.
boss.
He does.
Oh.
He 100% does.
That's pretty cool, actually.
But it's all just fear. It's all
Yeah.
just like
Oh, it's all just
non-lethal
aes-
psychic damage.
aesthetics, Yeah.
It's like, oh, sick.
actually, very great
I
character.
love the ones just like, you're going to face your own fears to death.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Get ready to think.
Yeah.
And especially pairing him with Byakuga as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
You know, like,
yeah.
it was a really
Just
good
totally out of
pairing.
his warehouse and make him question himself, and that confidence Byakuga has, like, that's, it's like, how do you fuck with Superman? You go for his, mental
his
state
fears,
rather
yeah.
than his physicality. So. Plus, he looks sick, and he actually he
Great
was
aesthetic.
genuinely scary for like Rukia as well. Like,
That was great.
I think that's probably the pick.
But yeah, we can do this for hours. But anyway,
How many
look,
hours is the episode supposed to be?
look, thank you so much for joining us, man. Really appreciate it.
pleasure.
It's so good to talk about Bleach. And if you haven't watched it, if you've got 344 episodes plus 1,000 Year Blood War in you, get into it or read the manga. Also pretty cool. Or if you have someone who used to watch Bleach and didn't give 1,000 Year Blood War a chance, check it out, man.
Tell 'em it's
You're gonna
back.
be It's back, baby.
Tell
You-
them real Bleach.
Yeah, Real Bleach is back.
We got real Bleach in the fridge, baby.
We back, baby. It's all happening.
Yeah.
Anyway, of course, if you like what we're doing, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Well, hopefully you're watching this podcast. But if you're listening to us on the audio platforms, please give us a 5-star review on Spotify or give us a review on Apple Podcasts. Really does make a massive difference. And if you really like what we're doing, you can find us on Patreon, where we are going to talk about our favorite Bankais. We're going to get a little bit more unhinged. We're a little bit more unhinged over on Patreon. We're much more of our personal thoughts and ideas. And, of course, you can find us on Patreon/Gateway to Anime. Anyway, thank you all so much. We'll see you next time. Catch you later.